vegetarians. Ah! Okay, you're saving up for a couple of weeks from now, 19th. Okay, but Walter brought Stacy Lynn.
Hey, Stacy. Welcome.
And Rick Walker brought the lovely Judy Walker with him. And the soon-to-be Mrs. Kyle Addison, Brianna Jackson. That's it. Actually, we have one more visitor that is not on the list. Kevin, can you maybe introduce her and then explain why she's here?
This is Maddie Lee, and she is one of our Interact members over at the high school. In our last two meetings, we talked about doing something new and different as a, I'll say, possible makeup opportunity. But I'm going to turn that part back over to Sarah. But Maddie is from the high school.
Welcome, Maddie.
Hi, Maddie.
What's my good side?
So I will give you a little recap this morning. The Interact Club is alive and well over at Greenfield Central, and I was there this morning. They are meeting every other Thursday, so not next Thursday, but the Thursday after at 8 a.m. in the library. And not only is it a makeup, but it's a quick makeup because they have to go to school at 8:20 or so. So it's a good one to get in. But they are doing all kinds of projects. They are working on getting some T-shirts, just like we are, so we can go out and be in the community. They are going to, I think, help tear down, or maybe help set up and tear down with Riley Festival. And they are going to, I think, do parking for our steak and bacon raffle event. And they're going to work coat check again for us at Gift of Life, I think, Tony. Write that down. So anyway, I encourage you to go there. It's a good, I think Kevin said 30 students that are enrolled in the club. So very active and really, really encouraging to see. So as for the videotape, what we're going to do is we're going to tape all of the announcements. We're not taping it right now, it's on a card. So we're going to record the announcements and the speakers as long as it's someone that we think would be interesting for people to watch. So sorry. Let me rephrase that.
We need a committee.
Can you rewind? We'll start over. Take two.
Yeah, that's actually, no, but if it's a club assembly or something like that, we likely will not record it. But anyway, sorry. And then if the board approves it, my suggestion is going to be that we do count that, if you watch the meeting on YouTube, we count that as a makeup. That's going to be my suggestion. We have not approved that yet. So that's what we're working on, and I'm really excited about it, and I'm excited to partner with Interact as well. So, let's see, that being said, don't forget to check yourself into the badge box, and do not forget to check the program schedule. Next week is actually Ron Torik's program, and Bobby Plump is going to be here, and that will be a good one, and we'll get that recorded as well. Let's see, Dave or Mike, do either of you have a steak and bacon raffle update? I know tickets are selling.
Yeah, I'll just tell you this, we're doing well on the sponsorship. We're doing well on the sponsorship, so that's progressing, and we're going to show it off September 14th for a big sponsor.
Get the money. Show me the money.
And Ginny Ellen is moving right along with the silent auction, so that's moving well. Where we really need help is ticket sales. There's what we really need to move things, and so I just ask you to support Chuck and get out there and try to sell these tickets. We can handle up to 500 people at the Armory.
Wow. Great, so buy tickets, sell tickets. This is a reminder that we are moving our meeting on September 12th. I had a couple people say, well, aren't we moving it this week? No, it's 2 weeks from today. We will be meeting at the hospital. We'll give you more updates next week in terms of where to show up. But what's that?
Free lunch.
With the free lunch, that's right, free lunch.
That's not me.
Let's see. Actually, Grant, I'm sorry, I skipped you. I need to move you more, put you more bold. I also skipped Bob Campbell. So.
Donnie trained me well.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Donnie trained as well. How about we start with Grant, our Sergeant at Arms?
Did everybody pick up their new pen from the district governor? Do we have any of those left?
I have one in my purse if
Oh. Amy, do we have any of those left over there?
What's that?
The pins from the district governor?
I did not pick those up, so.
I think she took them.
Oh, she took them? All right. If you didn't get one, then you're out of luck.
Yeah, there you go. Should have been here.
But if you wear this pin, that would qualify for your pin for the day or whatever. So how many people are wearing their pins? Raise their hands. Everyone raise their, everyone, okay. All right, okay, now look around you and point at the person that's not raising their hand. Okay, very good, very good. Okay, very good, okay. Well done, okay, well they know what to do.
Find out in the car.
Okay, out in the car, okay, that's 50 cents of $1. All right, well, thank you very much. And remember, try to wear your pins on a daily basis to support the organization.
Okay, and Bob, let's go ahead and, Bob was selling tickets. We got our raffle license this week. Woo! And a big round of applause for Amy for all of her hard work.
Yeah, Tony says, did you win again? I said, no, we just haven't had a license since I won. Okay, this week's Rotary Foundation thought is about how a group study exchange can make history.
Don't start the camera.
Don't stop.
Pay no attention to the music back there. I love you, Rick. For the first time in Southern African history, a group study exchange has taken place between two formerly conflicting countries. In November 2006, a GSE team from Zambia visited South Africa, signifying improved relations between the two countries. This exchange was made possible from a contribution of district-designated funds from District 9210 to District 9300. With the end of apartheid in South Africa, these young professionals are now able to talk to one another and share ideas and common interests that will help their countries look to the future of peace. Some of the greatest stories being told today started with a contribution to the Rotary Foundation. Let's make sure our club is part of the Rotary story. Is Patrick Walls here?
No.
Okay. Want to give you an update after last week. I think at the end of the meeting, Sarah asked me what percentage of our members had given a contribution. I didn't know the answer, so I looked it up. 75%. $6,696 was the total last week. That's 49% of our goal. Our goal for this year is $13,692. That goal is $158 per person, and the giving so far has averaged $109 per person, which means some people are sandbagging waiting for a point match. That's what that means.
Is there a problem with that?
No, no problem whatsoever. So, okay, there you go.
Good job.
Thank you, Bob. And I will make a promise from me anyway. You will not hear another foundation pitch until, let's say, late September. Let's just say, we'll give you all 3 weeks off since you did such a great job. So, but I really, really appreciate everybody's support. That really makes me feel good. I know the foundation is one of the reasons that I find Rotary International to be such a good group. So now we have a special presentation from past President Donnie London.
Donnie.
Thanks, Tom. Appreciate it. Greg, can you come up? Greg Warner, past president. At one of our conferences we went to, the Rotary Leadership Institute, they presented us with an award, which is actually an award that was for you when you were the president. So we accepted it on your behalf. I gave it to Chuck, and he kept it and finally returned it. Chuck had something with him to hold it, and I said, hey, can you take this so I don't get it all wrinkled up? He said, yeah. It showed up at the fire pit yet. So there's your part of it.
Thank you.
Now, here's your part. It's a star for our banner from the Rotary International, and I'll give it to you.
Over $100 per member.
Oh, wonderful. So if you'll put that on our banner. There you go.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you. Okay, let's see. I'll get back to my list here. September 19th, this has been mentioned a couple times, but September 19th is Bring a Friend to Rotary Day. It is now a district-wide competition, and our club can win $1,000 to spend how we choose if we win the competition. Right now, there's only 11 clubs that are signed up to do it, so I would say we're well on our way to that $1,000. So here's what's going to happen. When we get here, I'm going to ask anyone who's coming that is a friend or someone in the community who is not a member to get here about 15 minutes early, and we'll assign them a table. We'll assign them a table so that they can kind of mingle around all of us. And then I'm going to ask the board members also to show up about 15 minutes early on that day so we can kind of mingle amongst them as well. We are going to do, the whole meeting will be Bring a Friend to Rotary. So I'm going to walk us through the 5 avenues of service, which are things like club service, vocational service, international service, community service, and new generations. Thank you. And I will ask a few of you who are really integral in those pieces of our club to speak about what we do in those areas. So, and then we will, and I definitely want to do Happy Bucks that day because I feel like that's probably one of the things that a lot of people enjoy the most in the club. So I'm going to send around this sheet. And on this sheet, if you know of someone who should be invited, it says friend's name on here, but it doesn't have to be your friend. I mean, if you don't even know who they are, that's okay. So just put somebody's name down there who may be in the community that's not a part of the club. If you know them, if you don't know them, it doesn't matter. Just I'm trying to kind of collect some names of people that may want to come. So, and you can be assured that they will be greeted at the door and treated as a guest, even if they don't necessarily know someone in the club. So I'm going to start that down this way. I'm also going to put in my orange folder, orange folder, open it and read it. It got like a third of the way through the group over here and no one had opened it and it just kept passing around. So maybe I should start it on that end, I don't know. Also in the orange folder will be a thank you letter from the Boys and Girls Club of our donation from the basketball shootout, and there will also be a card, I believe, Jim Snellenberger's sister-in-law passed away, so we will send our sympathies to their family as well. So I will get that going. John Long has put vocational service application or nomination forms at the badge box. Is that where they are? For those of you that do not know, we give a vocational service award to someone in the community once a year. So if you know someone who may exemplify the course service above self or our 4-way test, please take an application and make a nomination. Final announcement, I think, is that district conference is November 1st and 2nd. So if you're interested in going, please get on the district website and sign up. That all being said, I think, unless I missed anybody, good. George Sherman is going to do Happy Bucks today.
I got a question.